Hi, everyone. So it's live demo time. Get excited. According to Gartner, VMware is set to lose up to 30% of its market share by 2029. And this is a massive market opportunity for OpenStack and open source. In fact, Forrester says that VMware users that are looking for an alternative right now, their number one choice is open source. And so with that, I would like to bring on our teams from the community ecosystem. So come on stage, guys. Thank you. Today, these 5 organizations are going to show us in a live demo how easy it is to migrate workloads from VMware to OpenStack. And not just how easy it is, but also how many various different ways and various different migration tools and different environments that you can use to do so. So I would like to welcome from Red Hat, Sumaya Musalam, Eric Marquez from Worteks, Imre Eraltan from Canonical, DJ Min and Song Soon from ZConverter, and Ken Crandall from Rackspace. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Ken and Rackspace for helping to provide a lot of help and infrastructure for folks here on stage. So thank you, Ken. All right, so on the screen behind us, you will begin to see, as we start talking to each of our guests, a look at their screen and a look at the live migration. So with all that being said, let's get migrating. Everybody's going to be doing it here simultaneously. As you can see, people are getting started. I'm going to go down to Ken, and we'll start with him. Ken, tell us a little bit about what's going on with your solution at Rackspace.
Thanks, Jimmy. Well, today I'm going to be using a product from one of our partners. It's called Coriolis from Cloudbase. We actually use several different solutions depending on the nature of the migration, the nature of what a customer is doing. Like today, for example, I'm migrating from a VMware environment that's running in our Chicago data center, but I'm migrating to our OpenStack Flex public cloud, but running in Dallas, so about 1,400 kilometers away and 5 states away, but from a private cloud to a public cloud, and doing so with the workloads behind a load balancer. So it's very similar to what we see with a lot of our kind of high production, can't do any downtime type of migrations for customers.
Sure. So live migration is Rackspace's bread and butter. All right. Let's talk to DJ at ZConverter. DJ, you've got a little bit different technique. I think you're not migrating the full VM. Tell us a little bit about what the ZConverter solution is here and why you're kind of doing things the way you're doing it.
As you know well, the ZConverter is a migration software company. Today, we are going to use our own migration software. Today's migration demo is like a container migrations. We are using native import and export open source technologies combined with the ZConverter technologies. Actually, additionally, for the entire virtual machine migration, we are using the different technologies.
So what we're seeing here on the left, you got your VM, right, on VMware. And then after it's converted, we should see the same video playing here on the right of the screen. So this is what we're aiming for all of our folks. Let's talk to Eric at Canonical. Imre, sorry, at Canonical. I know you're also using cloud-based solutions, Coriolis. So tell us a little bit about What's differentiating what's going on over at Rackspace with what's happening at Canonical?
Hi. Thanks, Jimmy. Actually, if you don't know Canonical, we are the company behind Ubuntu, one of the most famous operating systems. So what we do, obviously, in a migration, like Ken mentioned, we are partnering with Cloudbase, which has a product called Coriolis for this migration. The idea is, first of all, for Canonical to build a cloud-native, resilient, secure, and automated environment where we can do this migration. VMware, our goal is to connect to VMware, select the workloads that we would like to migrate, and do this in an automated lift and shift mode. And thanks to the product Coriolis here that you are seeing on the screen, right now I have started this migration, and hopefully we'll be able to see a new virtual machine, the workload, being migrated from one place to our Canonical OpenStack.
So it looks like you're about halfway done, is that right?
It is actually, it will take 5 minutes for this slide.
Okay, all right, 5 minutes. If anybody gets done sooner, raise your hand. We're very excited. Okay, Eric, what's happening at Worteks?
Yes. Hello. So you might not know Worteks because maybe we are the smallest company on this panel. We are a French-based company, and we assist customers with open source infrastructure every day. And when we assist the customer, we tend to use community tools in order to be able to report back or bring back to the community more easily, in an easier fashion. And for the migration part, we use the VMware migration kit of OS Migrate community tool that everyone can find. It comes as the shape of it is an Ansible collection, so that's what you are seeing behind me. And now it's on the task where it's migrating data from the VMware provided by Rackspace, thank you, to our OpenStack now. To be more precise, we have the collection creates a conversion host on the OpenStack side, on our OpenStack, and it will synchronize the data there, and then do conversions on it, and launch the instance when it's done. But at this time, the application is still available on the VMware side, but not available on the OpenStack side. So we have to wait until the end.
Perfect. So while we're waiting for Worteks, let's talk to Samaya at Red Hat. Tell us a little bit about what's happening now.
Yeah. Thanks, Jimmy. So as you see, we leverage Red Hat Ansible automation platform, and I am migrating one virtual machine from VMware to Rozo, Red Hat OpenStack services on OpenShift. It's the OpenStack enterprise-based solution of Red Hat.
Mm-hmm. And are you using Red Hat Ansible automation, is that right? Can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Okay, so we leverage Ansible automation platform to orchestrate all the migration, okay? So we have only one place in which we automate every level of the migration, so from the environment discovery in itself to the provisioning of resources, then the movement of workloads. So all is done in one place.
Love it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, this is exciting. DJ, I know your solution might be almost baked.
Actually, you're going to start now.
Oh, you're going to start now. Oh, wow, that's okay. That's bold. DJ has paused for 4 minutes to begin a late migration, but I bet they might still pull it off. All right, Ken, what's happening over here? Not there yet? Oh, Mike.
Thanks. Yeah, I could yell real loud, but it wouldn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's actually in progress right now. So the Coriolis tool goes through a whole process where it actually takes a snapshot of the existing VM, migrates that over, and then creates a new OpenStack VM from it. And right now, like I said, we're going about 1,400 kilometers across 5 states. We're actually going out over the public internet too. So we're not going out over any, private Rackspace backend or anything like that. So we're doing this migration also to the public endpoints of the OpenStack Flex Cloud. So this is the same kind of migration that anybody could do running in their data center to any OpenStack cloud. You don't need admin rights in the OpenStack cloud. You can do this as a user.
Interesting. And what's the largest set of VMware migrations you've done?
Like in quantity, or?
Yeah, well, like what's the largest set of workloads?
Well, so we're actually pretty involved right now with some healthcare workloads, and these are very large data sets. So it's not just migrating the actual VMs; it's also migrating the data sets and data storage over. So, and going from a virtual infrastructure type of environment like VMware, where you're thinking of virtualized disks, virtualized computers, and stuff like that, to a more cloud-based environment, it's providing more in interesting ways for them to be able to reevaluate how they put their infrastructure out there. So a lot of these companies kind of wrote off cloud because it meant hyperscaler.
Sure.
And outside of their data center or outside or off-premise was just a non-starter for medical data, for financial data, for some of the other stuff that they're doing. So now that you're bringing those cloud capabilities, and they see it's kind of, and it's for real, it's now they're having to actually look at that migration. They're starting to look at, they take advantage of stuff that might be old news to us, but at the same time, it's brand new to them. So, and fortunately, unlike when we started OpenInfra, 15 years ago, we're not having to explain what cloud is at the same time we're getting people to do it. So we have a little bit of a advantage of no longer having to kind of build the boat as we're
Sure.
trying to get people to write on it.
Sure, no, and you bring up a great point. Emre, I'll ask you. So what I've seen with a lot of folks looking that have been on VMware for a long time is they haven't taken a look at OpenStack in a while, right? So they made their choice 10 years ago or whatever. OpenStack was maybe not quite as mature. What are you seeing at Canonical with your customers?
It's not a simple move, like being used to a platform and going to a new one. And we do understand this. At Canonical, we have helped a lot of customers doing this shift from this VMware environment that they were so used to. They are operational IT teams that have been working days and nights with this. First of all, we had to make their life easy. Today our OpenStack, actually the OpenStack that I'm using here is a cloud native one, our new OpenStack based on Sunbeam project, if you are familiar. It's a Kubernetes environment that is installing on top OpenStack that makes your life, your day-to operations much easier, your upgrade, your scaling. And this is obviously operationally, it's fantastic, but it's still not enough. That's why once we install OpenStack at any customer, like a pilot, we always like to also provide them some managed services, at least for the first year. You want to get used, and you know how to operationally administrate the environment. And in order to do such a migration also, we need to help them. And Coriolis has this nice tool, obviously, that we did show. And actually, my demo is already, the workload has already migrated to my OpenStack. As you can see, I have a instance that is running a third one, which is I have some helpers from Coriolis that were already running on my OpenStack. I have a third instance that is running, and now my web server will be running on the right side. So I wish everything could be as easy as this, but Coriolis is as much helping us. We have to assess the security, the reliability, the status of the workloads that customers had before, and help them during this transition period. But it is true that we have to provide them trust, because first, they need to see it working. Second, they need support. And third, there is a business proposition here. They need to see that the support model also goes the way they want. And there won't be any surprise on the path, the same path, the bumpy road they have been on. You want to make sure that they are on the safest path now.
That's great. And you also brought up a great point, which I'll address to Eric. Obviously, we're doing a video, so it's not maybe the most complicated workload, but it does demonstrate the kind of breadth of migration options and going to different environments. But Eric, like, what are some complex, like, how do you deal with more complex VMware installations, and how do you manage that with your customers with an all open source solution?
Yeah. The thing is, VMware can be complex, but it's not always about VMware. It's also about the applications that runs on top of it, and applications can sometimes be tricky because they depend on other stacks and things like that. So we always have to do an assessment, but the thing as we know for sure that there'll always be a way to do that with community software, because open source is built by everyone that is here, and it's always have a solution on the infrastructure side. As we are talking, my convention is finished, so I can see now that maybe a new instance is coming to my cloud. I will just attach a tip on it, and up, and then once the floating IP is attached, up the software is available, and the VM was
All right,
migrated.
we got a first one. All right. I sense DJ, what do you got over there? You ready? Okay. So now we're, okay. So container to container using ZConverter. DJ, what's the advantage? Tell me a little bit again about kind of the advantage of what you're doing at ZConverter and moving to ZStack.
Like our just target OpenStack is our new distribution. We combine the OpenStack with our ZConverter 3 technology, the backup, migrations, and the disaster recovery capabilities. By using the 3 technology, we enabled OpenStack like 7 new features, such as like a flexible move in and move out capability across any hypervisors or any cloud platform. In other words, like a VMware can be migrated very quickly and easily to OpenStack. And then after that, if organizations want to move out some other platform, they can do the same thing. But actually, by this way, we can eliminate any vendor lock-in. And additionally, this ZStack, the new OpenStack platforms, and offers like a migration drill feature before the actual migrations. Large organizations cannot do the migration without any like test migrations. And additionally, during the migration process, the all virtual machine and the workload are automatically protected by the built-in backup feature. Customer doesn't need the additional backup before actual migrations. And also, combined with OpenTofu automation script, and after completing the migration drill, they can make all migration process automatically. By this way, organizations can eliminate any human errors. And then actually, theoretically, if you like migrate like 100 or 1,000 virtual machine, like you can create it like a backup on the Mondays for 200 machines, and like a Tuesday to another 200 machines backup, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then Saturday you will have 1,000 like a backup in your OpenStack side. Before like starting automated migration script, you just need to capture the delta data from 1,000 virtual machine. Theoretically, if there is no any bandwidth issue, network bandwidth issue in OpenStack side, you can complete your 1,000 virtual machine in a single day.
Awesome. So on Saturday, you can rest. Yeah. Perfect. All right. So Samaya, and congratulations to ZConverter. Samaya, it looks like you're also complete here.
It's completed successfully. So you see that the virtual machine was migrated and attached to the floating IP. So this is the first URL when the VM was accessible in VMware, and here is the URL accessing the website through Rozo. OpenStack.
Perfect. So, and you used you called it a warm migration, right?
Yeah. Okay, so regarding warm migration, it's something that helps to minimize the downtime of the migration using something called change block tracking. And this way, we don't need to copy all the VM at once, but we will transfer all change data since the last synchronization.
Got it. Perfect.
Thank you.
Emre, how are you? How was your migration?
Successful. That's one word.
All right, so we got
but
four,
let me
four
give
out of
also
five
some.
so far.
Let me give some details still. It's, you know, I know that this is one VM, and you know, we have been working with customers who are thinking of migrating thousands of VMs, and not all VMs will be equal. Here, obviously, what we did with Coriolis of, you know, like migrating this VM to our OpenStack. It's probably, if I have to account, and I'm managing a team of field engineers who are doing the design and deployment work on site for our customers, I can tell you this is probably 20% of the work. But this is important because this is the last mile. The 80% for us is really designing this open source based resilient cloud-native environment of OpenStack with the highest availability that we need to think about, all the different components, different services, even you know, like a disaster recovery or inside a cluster, for instance, that we have to think about. Because now that we are on OpenStack, we have to also think about making sure to provide as much similar features and as much the important features of VMware in OpenStack. And that's what we have in this environment that I'm not demoing right now. I will not kill the network and to show you what's going on. But the idea is that any outage that can happen here, your VM that you migrated should still work. During the migration, our goal is to make the zero downtime migration. And that's, if you, as this is open source, by the way, I always invite everyone to do this test also by themselves, to do the migration on their own to OpenStack. Like there is no license to access this. This is already on our website. And obviously, it's testing and getting a taste of it. And once you have the taste, and this is what I'm telling to VMware users, get the taste first, and then you will see how easy it could be to finalize your workload, migrating your workloads.
Right, so that customer consultation is super important in understanding what's going on in their VMware instance, what they're looking to replicate. Ken and I have actually had many conversations about this and sort of helping people understand that you don't have to do things the exact same way from VMware to OpenStack. And speaking of Ken, I think Ken is also done.
Yeah, thank you. My migration's finished, so now I have my OpenStack instance running with the same thing, but right now I still have my load balancer pointed to my original thing. But if we change that to, the DFW data center, I can change my, so you can see now my endpoint's pointed to DFW and hit it, and there we are. So we were able to migrate it without any downtime from the user's perspective, and literally changing that load balancer from pointing to our private instance in Chicago to running on a public cloud instance in Dallas.
This is amazing. Now, if you all could do this with TikToks, my kid might get interested in it. Hard to say. Anyway, we have successfully demonstrated a sampling of 5 of our ecosystem companies migrating VMware to OpenStack. Thank you to everyone. And if you all want to learn more about VMware migration to OpenStack, tomorrow we have VM Migration Day. I'll be giving a talk, and some other folks, I believe Canonical, and we'll have a talk with Forrester and the CEO of Klura. So come join us. And next, back to you, Tariq. And thank you, everyone.